Hi, my name's Tom Corcoran, and I'm going to go over a project I did for Launch Code. I called it College Locator. The project is a web application to do a search of a database of colleges for those matching a particular selection criteria. The application provides a list of matching colleges with links to more detailed information and also distance to that college from your specified home address. A Google map is provided with the schools, with the matching schools plotted. The motivation I had for this application came from a meeting with my daughter's high school counselor when she mentioned the lack of a good website for showing locations of colleges. I think it's really useful for students who are looking for a college based on any number of criteria, and also lets them know how far away it is, because I know a lot of people that's pretty critical information for them. It also provides links to the college's website, U.S. Department of Education data, and mapping and distance information. The primary databases in the application are for the colleges themselves and also for the admin users. College data was imported from the U.S. Department of Education. I only imported the data necessary to support the search queries. And then, as I mentioned before, there's links to the college scorecard data, which has much more information. There's also admin functionality available with login to support importing, creating, updating, and deleting colleges. This was more important up front when I was manually entering colleges and needed to change them. And it was before I found out about the importable college data that was available. Some of the features of the application: it has a simple query interface, provides a match list with links to more information, provides a map of a map of matches. There's also provides sorting that you can sort based on the name of the college or the distance to the college. Technology stack I used, language of C# with Visual Studio 2017. It's an ASP.NET Core MVC app using Bootstrap, uses a SQL Server database, and I published the application on Microsoft Azure. Now I'll do a demo. So here's the query interface. The only required parameter is a home address, and I'll put in my zip code, which is for Fenton, and I'll specify that I want to only see colleges that are within 50 miles. So just putting in those two parameters. The additional things you can specify is that the college name has to contain a certain text string, the address has to contain a certain address string. You can specify the maximum net total annual cost that you want to pay. It defaults to what the highest is in the database. You can specify a maximum enrollment if you want to go to a smaller school, or you can specify a minimum enrollment if you want to go to a larger school. You can specify what colleges you want to look at: public, private nonprofit, private for-profit. You can specify a particular state or states to look in. For instance, if you only want to look for colleges with in-state tuition, you would specify your home state. You can also specify the highest degree level needed. So if you want to get a bachelor's degree, you would want to narrow it down to only see colleges that offer bachelor's degrees. Let's do a query. Okay, and then it shows you a list of the selected colleges and also a map of all of those colleges. And it provides 25 entries per page. You can advance to the next page if you want, and then it will show you the map for those 25 colleges on that page. You can, it provides a link to the college's website, and there's also a link to college scorecard data, which there's just a ton of different information available there. Let's see. You can narrow it. For instance, if we said, well, we really are only interested in public universities, we can select public and requery, and then that updates our results to show only those colleges that are public universities. And the map, I don't know if you noticed before, but it resizes based on the contents. Basically, the colleges that are plotted, it resizes itself. And that's pretty much it for the demo. What I learned while I was doing this project was I learned about the APIs into Google Maps for doing the plotting, for calculating distance and position, for processing JSON data. For importing data, I had to import the Department of Education college information into a database. I learned a lot more about SQL Server, learned about pagination and changing the results sort order, and also about publishing a website. What's next? I'd like to add a more impressive user interface. It's pretty plain right now, and I can see a need for some additional or different query parameters in the application. Thank you for your time.